let's get to exercising so that we can stabilize our sacroiliac joint. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is breathe. What does breathing do? In this instance, the most important thing is it stabilizes our lower back and our sacroiliac joint. So it creates that corset around our waist to help support and stabilize the area. When we're doing stabilizing of the sacroiliac joint, we want to do everything in neutral, and we want to stay in neutral as much as possible. Every time you move out of neutral, during the process of stabilizing the joint, you run the risk of destabilizing it, and that's not what we're trying to do. So stay in neutral. What is neutral? So we're right on top of our sits bones and anchored. Then you're going to make sure that you're flat across the top. So these hip bones and this pubic bone want to be flat. If it's tucked under, your lower back is overstretched and you're for sure destabilizing your sacroiliac joint. If it's too arched forward, you've got your hip flexors pulling your lower back forward and your sacrum forward, and that's going to destabilize your sacroiliac joint. We want to be right on top when we do our breathing. Now, I'm going to have you put your hands right here on your belly, and as you exhale, I want you to feel as though you hollow this together without rounding in your lower back. You're just going to pull the abs up and together. We're going to take 10 fantastic breaths, all right? Here we go, nice and tall. Inhale through the nose, and exhale through the mouth. Hollow those abs tight together. Again, big inhale, big exhale. Big inhale, big exhale. Big inhale and exhale. Big inhale and exhale. 5 more. Grow a little taller. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last time. Excellent. So you should feel your abs really engaged up and in. And the other thing that you may be feeling is slightly lightheaded. So if you aren't used to having that much oxygen in your brain, getting all this breath going, you might feel a little lightheaded or slightly dizzy. Just wait till we go to the next piece before you start breathing really heavily again, and take a little moment to let the oxygenation balance out with the carbon dioxide. All right, next thing we're going to do are hip lifts, not hip rolls. So we are not going to be articulating through our spine right now. Don't get confused with this. We're going to keep neutral spine. What this is going to do is it's going to start to strengthen our hamstrings and strengthen our abdominals and strengthen our lumbar multifidi muscles, and all the while you can think of opening your pelvic floor to help it tighten at the bottom as you open. All right, let's lie on our back. And we're going to go slow and painful today. So you're going to lie down, you're going to find that neutral. 2 hip bones and pubic bone flat across the top. Let's take one hand to the bottom of your abdominals by your pubic bone, the other hand up at your rib cage. As we do this, I want you to keep this equidistance. So if your hands come together like this, you've gone into lumbar flexion and you could destabilize your sacroiliac joint. We want to keep the little curve in our lower back, so keep our lumbar multifidi strong and working as we're going up and down. So feet are hips distance apart. Press the ball of the big toe down and make sure your knees are straight up to the sky. Big inhale like we just did.
Exhale, lift the hips, squeeze the glutes and hamstrings and lift them. Inhale, stay. And now exhale, you're gonna stick your tail out and reach it to the ground, keeping the hands apart. Let's go again. Inhale up. Exhale to lift. Inhale, stay. And now we're gonna lower down 3 counts. Exhale, 3, 2, and 1. Again, inhale and exhale, lift. Inhale and lower as you exhale. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and lower. Exhale, 3, 2, and 1. 2 more sets, please. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 3, 2, and 1. Last time. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Reach the tail to the ground. Excellent. Now, we're doing about 5 of these in our beginning sequence, all right? You can build up to 10, but remember, slow and steady wins the race, especially when we're dealing with these difficult structural instabilities and joint pain. When you start to try to force your body to do too much, too many repetitions, too much weight, you just make the whole situation worse. So we're going to do a light weight and we're going to do low repetitions and then slowly over time build up. So we're starting at 5 and then you can build up to 10 if you want. All right? The next exercise we're going to do is starting to strengthen the outsides of our hips while we stabilize our lower back. All right? Now this is tricky because we're using one leg at a time. One of the easiest ways to destabilize your sacroiliac joint is using one leg at a time. One of the best ways to stabilize your sacroiliac joint is to use both legs at the same time. So as we're using one leg at a time, we're going to be having pressure on the bottom leg to help stabilize the sacroiliac joint while we move the top leg. All right? So we're going to lie on our side, and you're going to line your head, shoulders, and hips up, hopefully in one long line, and you're going to have your knees bent. Now this is super tricky to get in the right position, all right? This is where the best case scenario, my hands are on your hips and putting you into place, because when you have a destabilized sacroiliac joint and are in pain, it is very difficult to find this position. But I'm going to try and talk you through it. So we want our waist lifted. So you should be able to put your hand underneath your waist a little bit. We want our hips stacked. So you don't want the hip backwards and you don't want the hip forward. You want it right on top of the other hip. You can look down and your knees should be pretty even. Waist is up, hips are stacked, and you have your natural curve in your lower back. So if you're rounding in your lower back here, oh dear, again, we're knocking our sacroiliac joint out of a position. So lift up our lower back, reach energy out through your sits bones, and I'm going to have you put your hand on your hip. If you notice when you do this, things start moving around, you're going to hurt your sacrum or your sacroiliac joint, so keep it still. Now, you're going to press down with the bottom leg. This is key. Keep pressing down with the bottom leg. Take a big inhale and exhale. Just pick up the top leg so it's about hip height. And then control it down. Don't drop it down. Control it down. Exhale. Lift. Inhale. Control it down. Exhale. Lift. Inhale. Control it down. 2 more. Exhale. Lift. Inhale. Control it down. 1 more. Exhale. Lift. Inhale. Control it down. Upside down Pilates Unlimited. Get Upside Down Pilates uninterrupted with no commercials or ads. For a limited time, we are offering a special early bird discount at less than 17 cents a day. And you can lock in your rate forever. We'll keep adding new lessons. At Upside Down Pilates Unlimited, you can watch all the full 1-hour episodes of Upside Down Pilates on all your devices. Roku, Apple TV, Android, select smart TVs, iOS, Amazon Fire Stick, the web, and more. Anywhere the Vimeo app is supported. The next best thing to taking lessons with me. Plus, this is a great way to help support the channel and help keep us making great content. Upside Down Pilates Unlimited, everywhere, anytime, commercial-free, affordable. Visit www.upsidedownpilates.com to sign up now.